This is John with a Major League Baseball playoff race update entering the weekend of August 4th. Calculations are from the Playoff Computer web app at playoffcomputer.appspot.com. In the American League, here are the latest odds for each team to make the playoffs. These are based on a coin flip probability of either team in a game winning and not weighted towards a quote-unquote better team. In the AL East, the Orioles are creeping up on what I would consider a secure status, and the Blue Jays have lost some ground over the past few days. In the Central, the Twins have improved their chances over the past few days purely by not sucking as much as the Guardians. In the West, the Rangers and Astros are keeping neck and neck, both having taken advantage of some of the many horrible teams in the Central. The Mariners are tied for the hottest team in the league lately with, of course, the Royals. I guess not all the teams in the Central are horrible. And the Angels, despite all their buzz around them, are drifting towards irrelevance in the playoff race. My calculations show that 87 wins remains what will be needed for a wildcard spot. With that in mind, the Orioles should just need around 20 more wins with the Rays right behind them. But before you say easy peasy, wait a minute, more on that later. The Rangers could likely just play close to 500 ball and get a spot, and while the Twins would need to play well for the rest of the season, hit 87, it is likely the AL Central winner will not need that much. Heck, they might not even need to win another game. I know the Guardians, I show the Guardians realistically eliminated, but again, that's from a wild card spot. They're only 2.5 back for the division. Trying to put on my sorcerer hat, my simple projections based on strength of schedule are on the left here, with projections from team rankings shown as well. Thanks to the gang there for letting me use their numbers. I have become a fan of their site. A lot of good data for us stat geeks at teamrankings.com. Either set of projections shows a tight race for the last wildcard spot, with my projections showing the Red Sox, Yankees, and Mariners well within a margin of error buffer. Back to the Orioles and Rays, some notes on their remaining schedule. Both them and the Red Sox have tough schedules the rest of the way. Basically, everyone in the AL East will be beating up on each other, with the Orioles having a bonus of 6 games versus the Astros, and the Red Sox having 7 against them, along with 3 versus Texas. On the flip side, and who knows if it will matter, but the Twins have a fairly easy schedule the rest of the way. They play a menagerie of the worst teams, which, if they can stay out of their own way, should keep them in front of the Guardians. In the National League, starting with the NL East, the Braves have continued their march towards the postseason and are just a few wins away from being able to turn the autopilot on. The Phillies have improved their odds bigly over the past few days, while the Marlins have watched their chances slide to about 50-50. In the Central, the Brewers and Reds continue to play leapfrog, with the Cubs, yes, I said the Cubs, having won 8 of their past 10, they are now back into consideration for the wildcard race as well as the division. In the West, the Dodgers and Giants are pulling away from the rest of the field, while the Diamondbacks have lost ground. The Padres are keeping their slim hopes alive. It continues to look like 86 wins be about what it takes for at least a wild card. The Braves could play Oakland A's style baseball and get to there, but the rest of the contenders still have some work to do. While the Padres are not too far behind the Cubs, they aren't in a division race like the Cubs, and it is going to take some doing for them to overtake 4 teams. Any faltering on their part, and they will be out of it realistically. The Mets, Pirates, Cardinals, Nationals, and Rockies are all but officially eliminated. Here's the National League projections from me and those from Team Rankings. One difference I noticed was they have the Reds finishing barely above 500. Another difference is they have the Padres tied with the Cubs for the last spot at 84 wins, whereas my projections show them finishing below 500. Some bad news for the Marlins, Giants, and Diamondbacks. They all have relatively tough schedules to finish the year. The Marlins face the Braves 7 more times as well as the Phillies and have 6 left against the Dodgers. The Giants and Diamondbacks both have a few remaining against the Dodgers, with the Giants having 6 left against the Braves. Arizona has a set against the Orioles and Astros. Conversely, the Brewers, Cubs, and Reds in the Central all have favorable schedules. If they all can take advantage of that, we could see 3 teams from the Central make it to the postseason. That's it for now. If you enjoy this content, there are a couple options to encourage it at playoffcomputer.appspot.com. Thanks again to teamrankings.com. Enjoy your day.